All right, well, good evening, everybody. It is a Saturday evening. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso with your forecast update. We're going to go into detail today because we do have a few things to talk about. The main headlines for today will be a nice day on your Sunday. Very nice looking. Cooler temperatures as well to start your Sunday morning. Then things change on Monday as a storm system begins to come our way, bringing thunderstorms likely overnight Monday night and into Tuesday morning. So we'll break it down. As always, we're going to start with the upper air chart. This is at 500 millibars, so up there in the atmosphere, kind of the driver of the weather systems across the nation. And we have the water vapor overlaid over it. And you can see in the darkness here, that's dry air in place over the southeastern United States. That dry air is going to help us in our forecast tomorrow. That means nicer weather. Also, we see a ridge of high pressure, this little bump here, this little hill in the lines. And that's also an indicator of fair weather on the way. However, we are watching off to our west. This is a small trough is developing here, as you can see, kind of approaching the Four Corners region. And as it does that, we could have the development of a storm system that will impact our weather Monday and Tuesday. Current satellite radar picture is bone dry. It's such a fantastic evening that we have had, and cooler temperatures will be working in overnight tonight. It's a very pretty look. We did have some clouds earlier today, but those clouds did dissipate around midday like we expected, and then we went mostly clear, and mostly clear is the story for your Sunday. Overlaying the current conditions, temperatures are falling. We are now at 55 degrees in Mobile, 52 in Jackson, 51 in Birmingham, and then 40s now, 48 in Memphis, so cooler air is on the way. Let's get into some technical things here. What we're looking at, this is the surface analysis done by the Weather Prediction Center as of not too long ago. And we can see in the blue here, this cold front that passed us earlier. That cold front is what's ushering in the cooler air and the fair weather coming on your Sunday. As you can see right here, high pressure in control. Remember we talked about that ridge earlier, that bump? That's all working together to create high pressure, calm conditions over the Mississippi Valley and into the deep south once we get into Sunday. But we are watching off to our west, lower pressures generally, and we're going to watch for the development of a system that comes our way Monday and Tuesday. Current watch warning map across the country is relatively quiet, but we do now have wind warnings out for the western United States, Nevada here. That's kind of our system getting its act together that impacts our weather early next week. Severe weather outlook for today was clear, which is great, but changes are ahead. We do have a level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk for tomorrow for areas including Oklahoma, and that's a development of this system. Then it migrates off to the east. The day 3 severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center has a level 1 and then level 2 out of 5 risk, and I'll zoom in for you here. Level 1 and level 2 out of 5 risk for Monday into Monday night. Please understand that the Storm Prediction Center graphics are valid until 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, even though it says Monday right here. So this goes until Tuesday morning, and notice a small portion of the Fox 10 viewing area is clipped by this level 1 marginal low-end risk for severe storms. Then the broader level 2 risk here indicated in yellow, that is for a larger area, with the main threats being damaging winds possible and even an isolated tornado. Let's go in closer detail. This is the close look for our area here. This is the Fox 10 viewing area, and you can see the far western areas are included in this outlook until Tuesday at 6 a.m. That level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather, that's a low-end risk for damaging winds or that isolated tornado. Then a very small portion of Georgia and Greene counties clipped by that level 2 risk. Don't get too caught up in the lines. The main summary is we're going to have thunderstorms overnight on Monday and into Tuesday morning. Gusty winds likely. The possibility of an isolated tornado, yes, it cannot be ruled out. This is the first real severe weather threat that we have had so far this season. But right now it's looking like a low-end threat, even though we are getting a little bit of a better picture of what might be happening. Some of our severe threats, breaking it down for you. Of course, lightning, because there's going to be thunderstorms with this. But a bit of a chance of some damaging winds there. Also the chance for that low-end tornado risk. They were very low there on the scale. Also some heavy rain possible. Our rain totals from this around 1 to 2 inches. So the main summary here is we're going to have some thunderstorms Monday night into Tuesday. And I'll break down the exact details when we go to high-resolution modeling in just a minute. I want to go bigger picture first to get some perspective on what's happening. We're going to look at the jet stream, and this colors here that you see are the strong winds aloft, way up at the top of the atmosphere where the jets fly. And we can see that on Monday we have this big dip in the jet stream, and you hear dip in the jet stream all the time. Typically on the right side of these dips in the jet stream, we do have thunderstorms or storm systems. That's the kind of typical setup, though. That's the way it works. And on Monday, we do have a stronger area of strong winds at the bottom of this dip in the jet stream that is moving our way, and that's feeding the development of this storm system. We can see here by the evening hours on Monday a maximum of winds aloft over eastern Texas, and that's going to allow for the strengthening of our low pressure system that tracks off to the north and west, and that allows for this storm system to get its act together and then cause our thunderstorms Monday night. And as we progress this through, early on your Tuesday, you see a sharper dip in the jet stream, and that's when this system starts to eject off to the east. Lingering around a little bit, we get another little dip in the jet stream Wednesday before finally we go out. However, Thanksgiving forecast, we'll be watching another small dip over here. Could that influence our Thanksgiving forecast? So a few things that we're watching there. We're going to go a little bit lower in the atmosphere. We're now at 500 millibars here. This is the main upper level pattern that we show regularly. We showed it a lot during the summer, during the heat domes. And now we're looking at troughs, and those troughs typically associated with stormy weather. A big dip in the big dip here, a big closed upper level low, and then a trough that moves through our area. This is Monday evening, and you can see just this little kinking right here, this little dip, and that's the main driver for thunderstorms, and that's why we understand when the timing is. This is Monday evening. This dip in the jet stream, this trough that moves through, provides a little bit of energy for the thunderstorms until Wednesday morning here. Finally, it all ejects out of here. So here's the big summary on the map, and I'll let this full screen for you. And something that you might understand a little bit easier. It's a little hard to look at all those colors sometimes, but it gives a lot of perspective. This, you're looking at a simulated radar from the GFS. A warm front moves through early on Monday, or really Sunday night, overnight. That brings in warm, moist air, and we get an aggressive return of moisture into the area. Remember, Sunday we're going to be cool and dry, but Monday we really get that moisture back into the picture. Highs getting up into the middle 70s. Then storms likely overnight on Monday and into Tuesday morning as the cold front moves through. The cold front being the result of all those troughiness that we saw in the upper levels. That's the main result of the system there, and that pushes through on Wednesday. I'm showing you what we call the lightning flash rate, or the lightning intensity. This is from the European model. Anywhere where you see these colors, that's where we have thunderstorms likely projected. This is midnight, Monday night, so Tuesday, pre-dawn hours, Tuesday morning. You can see a line of thunderstorms to our west, and those thunderstorms do slowly move to the east. Broken line of thunderstorms by 4 a.m., and then by 7 a.m., thunderstorms moving through the Mobile area, Pensacola by around 10 a.m., and then out of the picture. One of the key ingredients to thunderstorms is instability. Without instability, you cannot get thunderstorms at all. And based on the latest high-resolution modeling that we've just been getting in, it does look like instability is a little bit higher than what some of the global models like the GFS and the European were pointing out. And that's a typical thing that happens. The Gulf of Mexico is very warm, and all that moisture feeds the thunderstorms. So anywhere you're seeing color here, that's where there's adequate fuel for thunderstorms. And we can see Tuesday morning, notice how it comes concentrated closer towards the coast, as the severe risk, as the thunderstorm risk overall diminishes as we get into Tuesday morning. And you can see it almost completely goes away Tuesday afternoon, or at least Tuesday at noon. But that does show that the western half of our area has the highest levels of fuel for the thunderstorms Monday night. We are now within range of those high-resolution forecast models, and I want to break it down for you because the timing seems to be getting better in terms of our confidence in the forecast. As you can see through the day on Monday, we are mainly dry for the morning hours. Then the possibility of showers Monday afternoon. You can see 2 p.m., those little specks of green in the Mobile area. Those are showers moving through associated with warm, moist air. Then overnight, some of those showers could become thunderstorms in the western half of our area. Notice the isolated nature of those thunderstorms. That isolated nature a result of adequate wind shear. So likely we could see some strong thunderstorms that we would call supercells, which essentially means rotating thunderstorms or thunderstorms that are a little bit more consolidated. Yes, we do have a low-end tornado risk for the western half of our area overnight on Monday night and into Tuesday morning. We'll be watching that very closely, but the risk is very, very low. As you can see by Tuesday, a development of thunderstorms, and we go very kind of broken with this line of thunder as it moves through our area in the morning hours on Tuesday, leaving periods of rain for the end of the day on Tuesday. So that's the summary of the timing for you. I'll go through it one more time. Rain chances do definitely increase when we get to Monday evening, Monday afternoon. Starts with showers Monday afternoon, then increasing to the possibility of thunderstorms overnight on your Monday night. And then Tuesday morning, that broken line of thunderstorms possible there. And it looks like we have the ingredients for some stronger storms overnight on Monday night, especially around the midnight hour, 9 p.m. to midnight. And then that risk diminishes as the storms move east. So by the time we get towards 10 a.m., looks like that severe risk is a little bit lower there. And we have a few other ingredients that we're tracking, of course, that are influencing this forecast. We do have plentiful shear in place, especially in this highlighted area. That is why we have this risk for severe weather. And also ahead of the storms on Monday, we could have a couple other impacts, including gusty winds during the day on Monday. In fact, along the coast, we could see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. We might even have a wind advisory issued for your day on Monday. And then also the chance for hefty rainfall totals, 1 to 2 inches there. The flooding risk overall is low, but once again, it does look like we will see some healthy rain overnight, Monday night and into Tuesday morning. In fact, rain chances over the next 7 days are elevated. Now, I have to kind of account for this. Monday, the 40% chance of showers, then Monday night really is a big rain chance, and then this Tuesday rain chance is mostly focused in the morning hours. And then you start to see some rain chances Thursday, possibly Friday and Saturday. That's what we're tracking next. Looks like we might have another little dip in the jet stream that has a little bit of energy moving through on your Thanksgiving. That Thanksgiving forecast is still a question mark, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. We'll go more into detail on the Thanksgiving forecast once we get through the rest of the discussion of the Monday, Tuesday forecast. I want to bring this up, the drought monitor. We do need the rain, and once again, we're in this extreme drought, and it does look like we get that beneficial rain. This is rainfall forecast over the next 7 days, and you can see here rainfall totals with this system all the way up to around 2 inches. So we look like we will be getting the necessary rain that we need to help us out a little bit. Let's talk temperatures. And this kind of leads us to the Thanksgiving forecast because temperatures in the Thanksgiving forecast are confident. We are very confident in the temperature forecast for Thanksgiving, 58 degrees there. That comes after the warm air on Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, a cold front passes. That's what gets us to 58 degrees for a high on Thanksgiving. And then Thanksgiving morning, we will likely be in the 40s across the area. So we do know that cooler air will be in place on Thursday, but there are still some questions for the Thanksgiving forecast. Right now, our forecast is mostly cloudy with a chance of a few PM showers. Mostly cloudy with a chance of a few PM showers. And if you were watching earlier this morning on Fox 10 News Saturday morning, remember we were talking about how much the models were disagreeing on the forecast, and they're still disagreeing. However, we do know now the feature that'll be coming our way, a little dip in the jet stream, a little trough, a little burst of energy that might create some showers. And based on the forecast, really, it looks like this may be a weak enough disturbance in the upper levels of the atmosphere that we don't trigger rain. That depends on a lot of factors. Does the cold front that passed on Tuesday introduce enough dry air to prevent rain showers from developing as this secondary disturbance passes on your day on Thursday? Or is there enough moisture getting pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico once again that we introduce a rain chance late in the day on Thursday and into Friday? So we're watching that forecast very closely once again. But right now, our forecast is mostly cloudy with the chance of a few PM showers there and cooler temperatures starting the day in the 40s, then going into the 50s there. So take your notes now. This forecast will change, most likely. Hopefully we get a little bit more consensus in the models and we can get a more confident forecast. The main summary here, though, storms. Monday night and into Tuesday, we'll be tracking that very closely. Then looking ahead to your Thursday outlook with those PM storms possible. Friday, I have a 0 here. That should be around a 20% chance of rain. I think we're going to adjust that up to around 20% chance of rain with that impulse coming through. And then our next system possible on the weekend. We'll be watching that very closely. But that's the update. The main things you need to take away: thunderstorms overnight, Monday and your Tuesday, a very low end severe weather risk. We'll be keeping track of it here at Fox 10 News as always. And then still uncertainty in that Thanksgiving outlook. Could we have a little disturbance moving through, causing some showers? We'll be watching that forecast very closely. Again, we thank you so much for watching this live forecast update. We will be going on tonight a little bit later after the football games. So we'll be on then. I'll give some more details. I'll have this forecast updated. Like I said, I'm probably going to add a 20% to Friday. It looks like that number didn't get input, but it looks like overall we're going to be watching the end of that forecast of your Thanksgiving week very, very, very closely. All right, thank you so much for joining us. I saw some of the chats on there. We were able to address the Thanksgiving forecast, which is good. You can always watch this back as well. We went into detail with the timing, and I think we're pretty confident in the timing of the thunderstorms Monday night into Tuesday, or at least we're getting much better confidence. So you can watch that back there. Hello from Sydney, Australia. People are watching from all over the place. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes and we'll address any other questions. But right now it looks like we have nailed this forecast down, and we'll have a more detailed discussion out on the website as well, fox10tv.com. All right, I'm going to leave this running with the 7-day forecast up a little bit more. Thank you again for joining us. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso in our streaming center. Stay tuned for the news after the game.